Okay, let's move to our practice session. Let's start with the part one questions. Anyone who would like to start practice with us, kindly raise your hand if you want to answer for any part questions. We are going to resume our practice. Let's start. In this book, we are covering topics which we find sometimes difficult. We are skipping certain topics which are very easy, and we know we have ideas and we can easily tackle. We have covered certain topics in previous classes, and we're going to start new topic. Okay, let's start with the plant topic, and we will review the answers of each question when we will finish our practice for part one. And after doing part one practice, then we will move to part two and part three practice. So, sir, as if you would like to answer the question, you can unmute yourself. Do you keep plants at home?
Yes, I planted variety of plants at my home, which varies from decorated as well as which give me fruits, and these are different kinds of plant which I have planted at my home.
Okay, it is better. I think one sentence you need to rephrase where you spoke decorated. You can just describe about they have a lot of varieties, like there are many different colors of flowers. And when you say I have plant, there are a lot of plants I've planted. It is better to not show the same what we with two different parts of speech. Like you can say I have grown a variety of plants in my home, such as fruits and vegetables. All are in many flowers. You can name them like rose. These are available in your in your home, and how you planted them. This is not the necessary. You just even you can make a few sentences to cover this answer. If anyone would like to give feedback at the end of this part one test, you are welcome. What plant did you grow when you were younger?
Yes, I like decorative. As I mentioned, I like decorative plants like flowers, which include red rose, white rose, and etc. Beside these, I like at my childhood, different variegated leaves plant. Uh, so I was interested to plant these kind of plants at my gardens, and which was my hobby, and I pursue that hobby till now, and I'm doing that in presently.
All right. I think it was little bit long. Do you know anything about growing a plant?
Yes, whenever I plant, whenever I planted a plant or plan to plant any kind of plant. So before that, I read different manuals or research about that, how to plant it and how to grow it better in a better way. So at that sense, I gather a lot of information about different plants.
Do you know? Okay. What plant did you grow when you were a child?
Yes, ma'am. As this question, I have answered this question already.
Sorry. Yeah. Do people in Pakistan give plants as gifts?
Please repeat the question.
Do people in Pakistan give plants as gifts?
As what, ma'am?
Do people in Pakistan give plants as gifts? Like I'm asking about do
Yes,
people
yes, yes, yes. Yes, in different occasion, like in wedding or in engagement ceremony, people prefer to gift different gifts of plants, like uh, a bundle of red roses, like that. So I think it is not much quite usual, but Sometimes people give plants like give these kind of plants. Sorry, I was stuck in this question.
And anyone who would like to provide feedback to Sir Arthur speaking? Anything you have noticed in terms of grammatical range and either in other marking criterias? Anyone?
I want to ask a question like, can plants be considered in sense of flowers like bouquets?
Okay, you can, yeah, flowers are also, you can consider plants as a flowers because you can talk about if you are keeping in your home because flowers are also, in my opinion, types of plants, so we don't need to worry about it.
Okay. And sir is trying best. Keep it up. Keep practicing.
Okay, sir, one thing I have noticed that based on your previous practices, which were good, but I have noticed that your fluency is disturbed due to this topic. The main reason is that you may do not have much information, you are not involved in this activity, right?
Yes, ma'am, of course. Actually, when someone asks you a random question on which you never think in your life like that, so I think it's very short time that you think about that and you answer that. So that's why I lack in my idea, and I haven't answered like professionally.
Yeah, but I think it was not much bad attempt. It was good as this topic was new to you. That is the reason we are discussing certain topics which I think that many people face difficulties in in this way. I think it is good to explore variety of topics before sitting in the exam. And as Yaku book is code and I have already shared in the channel, you can find it. Otherwise, we are, although there are practice tests are available in Cambridge books, we are using this book because we want to explore different topics. After answering, we see different words related to that topic so that we can use those words. I have noticed that you were lacking some words like planted are good, but what we should do if we want to, like, plants are planted. So in that way, grow is the another word. We can talk about the soil, which type of soil is need when we, but you try best, like you talk about, you research on the internet and to find it is also the good way to answer the person if you know nothing. But you can say that I don't know much about this topic, but I would try. These are the phrases which we can use. I think sometimes our different things are affected if we don't have knowledge about that topic. So I would say we need to explore variety of topics. Anyone who would like to give answer for this part one or would like to take for me?
Ma'am, I'm just new in this session. I want to participate. I want to answer.
You would like to answer or you would like to ask question?
I would like to answer your questions.
All right, so let me ask the same topic, but I would say everyone keep in mind part one and part three questions will not be in front of your eyes when you were giving the exam. So let's talk about plant. Do you keep plants at home?
Yes, I started planting a few years ago, and it's really mentally satisfying and like it gives a therapy to you. I grew many different plants like fruits and vegetables, and some types of flowers.
Okay, it gives therapy. Can you describe it more how it gives you therapy?
Yes, like when you start planting it, you get attached to the habit gardening. You love being spending time on getting them better day by day, and you worth the time you spend on this activity as you see the growth.
All right. So, what plant did you grow when you were younger?
I grew tomatoes. They were like in a small garden, but really tiny tomatoes were grew 5 tomatoes, and a little flowers, a little some type of flowers, including rose.
You can extend this answer a little bit more. Do you know anything about growing a plant?
And can you repeat the question?
Sorry, I think I spoke a little bit fast. Do you know anything about growing a plant?
Um, yes, I have practiced it.
Sorry, ma'am. You answer what you said. Have you answered this question this line?
Yes, I knew some of the basics of growing a plant, like their basic requirements, what is good for their growth.
Do people?
Actually, ma'am tells that she is new in this session. So, ma'am, you need to extend your answer with some examples and logical points.
Yes, sir, she's new, so that's why I was not asking to extend answer so much. Sometimes beginners are able to answer just two. I will provide her feedback at the end of the question, and I will tell her how she can do this thing. Let me finish the test, then I will move to your feedback. Do people in Pakistan give plants as gifts?
Yes, giving plants as gifts is really good. No. Yes, it is practice in Pakistan to give plants on special occasions like uh, marriages, engagements, or when you want someone to grow further, you give plants as appreciation also.
All right. Although as your first time it was good, but one thing I've noticed that your answer was little bit short. These things happen when you start speaking, uh, or you are beginner. But it is okay. Try to speak much. For part one, it shouldn't be too. It shouldn't be much lengthy, and it also shouldn't be much shorter. One thing you need to focus on it, you need to also focus on the right words. Sometimes when we are new, we are speaking different, like we are giving answers, but our answers don't seem natural. And if you will uh, review your all the performances between 1 month or 1 week, you will yourself find the difference between your 1 day speaking practice and your last day practice. I would say there were many things you need to focus on it. Fluency was not much bad as a beginner level, but you can work on it. I would say try to see other people's while they are answering. In that way, we know how they are answering, how they are using different grammatical structures. In that way, we can also learn lexical sources when other people are answering. And even you also need to work in the parts of grammatical range. Anyone who would like to provide feedback? Harry, anyone who would like to take the same person for this topic for me?
Okay, ma'am. I want to ask a question. Like um, स्पीकिंग मॉड्यूल पहला मॉड्यूल है आइल्स की प्रिपरेशन के लिए, लाइक अगर मैं प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करूं तो आप थोड़ा सा मुझे गाइड करेंगी कि फ्रॉम वेयर शुड आई स्टार्ट?
Okay, I can guide you. Please keep in mind it is not necessary you just focus on one module for 1 month and then you start reading. It is not the right practice. You can do all modules simultaneously, listening, reading, writing, speaking. So it is not a good approach to do one module, in my opinion, for 1 month. Then you should move to the next module for the next month. Try to practice all the modules simultaneously and find what are your weaknesses in each area. Like try to practice some questions. Try to learn different type at the basic level. You just know which type of questions are in the exam, and even you can start your practice um, with different question types, and you can know the strategy for each question. There is one approach. Another approach is that people usually do directly start the entire reading test. Some people are good to do entire reading passage within the 60 minutes. Even some are not do all the passage in 1 day, but they are not able to come within given 60 minutes. So these things improve. Initially, you need to focus on accuracy, and if you are going to accurately answer, then you should also focus time management, because we need to do a reading test within 60 minutes. Same is the case, you need to do both the task of writing one and writing two within just 1 hour. And listening, you need to move with the recording while it is played. So all these things require certain skill. Different questions have different skills, so you can see which questions in which question type you are getting good score, and in which question types you are not getting score. Either you need to focus on one question type because you are doing the same question again and again wrong, or either you are facing difficulties in, for example, uh, in the listening. If you are doing specific person, then you can work on it like map. But if you are have the problem with listening or understanding the accent, then you can also work on it, because it will last for all the bars. So it varies for module to module as well as person to person. I hope so you got my idea.
Yes, thank you.
And many sessions, I think I will not say many. There are sessions going on. One is I think 3 p.m. and second one is at 8 a.m. So certain modules are discussed week by week. You can join those classes, and for speaking practice, you can come here. Myself, I'm doing practice here, so we can do practice here. You can do practice speaking here. They also describe about basic information of speaking module, but it usually
Okay.
lasts for 1 week. So for regular practice, this is session is for specific speaking module, but for other modules, there is an entire course which cover all the modules.
Okay. Okay,
Do
thanks
you have,
for your guidance.
welcome. Do you have further question? Ma'am, do you have further question?
No, thank you.
Or can you ask the part one question for me?
Okay. The same part?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you keep plants at home?
Um, to be honest, I don't have any kind of plant at home at the moment, because my home is not much spacious. However, I will try to buy some new varieties of plants and fruits in the near future.
Okay. But plants can also be used for decorative purposes. Uh, not Do you not think to add plants like flowers?
Yes, ma'am, you're right. I think thank you for adding this idea. So this is also a good idea to tell me, like, yeah, we can say we have artificial plants which we have kept in tables and in rooms, and some are hanging on the wall. So these are the good ideas to
Okay.
celebrate our answers. Even if we don't have natural plants, we can say we have artificial ones.
Okay. What plant did you grow when you were young?
I think it is a long time, and I did not remember which types of plant I grew when I was a child. In my opinion, my family members have some vegetable plants which they use for daily use. I think they are freshly produced, so that's the reason they are growing them nowadays as well.
Sorry, I can't understand the last line you said.
Yes, they are growing nowadays as well. Like they are freshly produced, so that's the reason they are growing those vegetables nowadays.
Okay.
Let me open next question.
Do you know anything about growing a plant?
Not much. In my opinion, there are certain things which we need to consider, like we should have moist soil, proper sunlight, and some plants need shades, and we need to grow the water every day so they don't become dry. These are the things which are very necessary to consider while growing plants, so that they can grow on time and they don't spoil before they reach their grown stage.
Okay. Can you move to the next question? Do people in Pakistan give plants as gifts?
Yes, this is the tradition which is very common in many parts of my country. Most of the time, these different kinds of flowers are gifted on different occasions, such as on wedding, it is given to bride and groom. Sometimes we give on people who have birthday in different parties. Apart from that, we throw different flowers, particularly red, to warmly welcome someone who is special for us. So you can say there are a variety of ways in which we give plants as a gift as well as throw on them to welcome them.
Okay. I want to add a little of any feedback. Like, your fluency is very good, and you really answered the questions very nicely. But there is a one thing I noticed. You started the answers in the same pattern, like in my opinion. So if you change the pattern, that will be more appreciated.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for adding. Yes, I noticed the same thing. Can you add some patterns which we can use if you know?
I can't get it.
I'm saying we don't need to start our answer in the same pattern like you have mentioned. I use, I think, in my opinion. So, do you have some patterns which we can use while starting our question?
Yes, it. I think it depends on the type of the question that is being asked. Like, and sometimes you can answer the question in a really excited manner. Like if you have experienced something and you want to, it that was a really good experience, you can show excitement. And but if you don't know about anything, like you have not enough knowledge about that, you can uh, neutrally answer the question in like the way you said, in my opinion.
All right. One thing is that if we don't know, we can start a set. One way is that we can, the one I am adopting. And another way is we need to focus on the person. Like this said, when I was younger, I grew plant. So this is another way. Before saying like they said which plant, we can say that the plant which I grow when I was younger. So one way is we can restructure the sentence. When I was younger, I grew these plants. Yeah, these are the different ways, right? And someday we can paraphrase the question.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, thank you for adding. Let's usually we see in this session after we recently started to follow this book, and after you know answering all those questions, we don't see answer. Like myself, I didn't see the answer. No, I am. We just highlight certain words to understand which words we can talk about related to this topic. Sometimes we're lacking idea. By the way, can you tell me, is this topic was new to you? Do you
Talking
have
on this topic is almost new to me, but like if we talk about planting or gardening, it's not new to me. I really enjoy gardening.
have you done it?
Yes, I have recently I am not working on it, or I have skipped this habit, but a few years back, like 1 to 2 years back, I spent a lot of time on these things, and that is really very satisfying.
All right. Then, if you have done any activity, it means it will not be difficult for you to describe about, because you know all these steps and things, like you know how plants are grown. Like we need some soil, then we need some shade, then we need to water plants for their growth, which is necessary. So I think this topic will not be much new. Might be you lack words
Yes,
because don't know, but you have a lot of ideas, right?
yes, exactly the same thing you said. I am beginner in the speaking module, so I lack words, but I'm not new to this topic.
All right. So you have ideas, but you are facing a problem to describe in another language, right? Because you don't know what these words are called in another language.
Yes,
All right. So this book can help you. I have already shared. And in this topic, after answering the question, nowadays we're adopting this habit to see different words. Let's see, read one by one question so that we can get answer. How different questions are answered and how different words we can use to describe different things and ideas. So, ma'am, can you read the first question?
like read the question along with the answer.
No, you just so you just need to read the answer.
Okay. The question is, do you keep plants at home? Yes, I have a variety of plants at home, which I keep in decorative mud pots. Not only do they enhance the aesthetic appeal of my living space, but they also provide a soothing and refreshing atmosphere.
So, and we got now different ideas. One thing which is idea, the one which you have mentioned, like we can talk about the one which we have in our home, like decorative plants, right? This is idea.
Yes,
Same idea is mentioned, but they use some better word choices. And another thing we
yes,
got, the one which we word which we use to grow the plants is the word mud pots, what we call mud pots. And another is decorative. Decorative means sometimes we are using certain kinds of pots for decoration purpose, but the mud certain mud pots are specially used for growing plants. So we can now we got the one decorative mud pots, and we can
okay,
say we grow different plants and vegetable in the, even if we live in a remote village, we can say we have land, we have field where we can grow. But if we are in a city, most of the time people use mud pots. So these are made from
Uh,
mud.
Ma'am,
Uh,
I think we shouldn't mention vegetables here because plants and vegetable, there's a lot of difference between them. If we mention plants and its variety like flowers, fruits, these kind of varieties, I think we mention, so it would be suitable here. Vegetable is quite another species as compared to plants.
sir, I didn't get your point.
I mentioned that we constantly trying to say that plants and vegetable. Vegetable is quite different thing as compared to plants. Plants, we mention variety of plants like flowers, fruits plants, these kind of plants. We shouldn't we should not mention here vegetable because it is a different species as compared to plants.
Yeah, exactly. Plants is a general name for all types of like flowers, vegetables. We can say vegetable plants. Exactly. There are broader categories. We can talk about different variety of plants such as flowers, vegetables. This is one thing which we learn from each other answers certain people use. Apart from that, we can say living space. This is one thing which Memorva mentioned, that we can use artificial flowers or vegetables or artificial leaves sometime. We can say bale of leaf are used on the walls. which are hanging for decoration purpose. And what they do, one thing was mentioned by Memova, it is work as a therapy. You can relax themselves. They give refreshing atmosphere. So what is another thing? Let's see. Let's read the second question. When what plant did you grow when you were younger? When I was younger, I grew a plant commonly known as money plant, which I nurtured. Okay, nurtured is another word which we can use in a glass bottle. So one way is to talk about mud pots. Sometimes we can use glass bottle. So we can also use this word. I was fascinated by its name and believed that if I cared for it well, it might bring me wealth in the future. So I think money plant was referred in this context to use to sell different kinds of plants so that to get money. Anyone can shed like explain more what type of money plants are like. Nurtured is another word. Cared. We none of us use these two words in today's speaking practice, and these are also the words which we can use: nurtured, cared, and glass bottle, mud pot. So this is how this book can help us. Anyone who would like to read the next person?
Can
Yes.
I? Okay, so you can.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Do you know anything about growing a plant? While I'm not an expert in gardening, I do understand that regular watering and the application of uh, nature, manure, and are essential for plant health. Additionally, ensuring that the plant receives adequate sunlight is crucial for its growth, and sometimes using insecticides becomes necessary for protect it from pests.
Okay, so we got a variety of words in this. Okay, okay. One thing. Anyone know what is manure?
I think manure mean
Okay, there
we
are.
can read manual uh, before planting. You need to aware about how it is grown and what are their basic need and
Okay,
their symptoms
manure
like
is
that.
basically is animal dung which is used for as a fertilization. Like people use it animal dung. So this is basically manure. It's a plant health, and people use. You can say waste of animal is used for plant health. So they give them. So this is called a manure. I hope so. You got the idea. So one is manure, plant health. So we didn't use health word, which is good. And we didn't talk about gardening. Like this is also the word. Like Memurva have done gardening, and ma'am, you can mention your point of view. Like I have done the gardening in the past few years ago. Like how you have done. I think you can easily describe the way you know the ideas. Your answer was not good compared to the way you have ideas. I think you can better describe. I would say try to make a habit of reading one topic every day so that you have ideas. I have started this habit from this book, and I'm finding a difference. Like those not every topic, there are 220 topics for part one, and there are around 100 topics for part two. So just try to find certain topics and review those topics and highlight certain words, and every day when you start next topic, try to revise those highlighted words to just get the idea which words are related to this topic. So all those topics which you find difficult, you can find in this book, and you can highlight. I'm going from top to bottom, like I am starting from the beginning. You can start if one thing I'm doing, like I am starting topics from the first topic, and those topics which I do, I revise from in my free time. I usually start from last topic. Let me show you, like these are the topics which we're doing in the session from 1 to onwards, and we are practicing all those difficult topics. But in my free time, I'm also finding some things, like you can say I have started from last, like these are the part two questions. So I have decided to see different topics which I found difficult. Like sometimes I found it difficult to describe about par. So I started this topic from last two, and then I highlight like gift is a very easy topic for me because I can describe easily. So another topic was like complaint. I just want to know which type of things we can describe. So these are the things which you can do, and you can just do one topic every day. And when you do next topic, just read the answers and highlight certain words which are topic relevant. Like if a topic is about park, then try to highlight certain words which you can describe and try to revise those words, because and not just words, try to use in your daily routine when you do practice similar to that topic. Because if you are learning the words and just choosing in the exam directly, it means you will make the mistake. It is not recommended to use any newly learned word in the real exam. There might be a chance to incorrectly use that word. So it is better to just learn those words and then practice it in your daily routine and then use in the exam. But most of the time, it is recommended to use only those words which you are comfortable and you know you will use it very betterly. So this is part two topics, and I think we didn't get much time today to practice part two. But this is the bottom of like I'm highlighting different words from the last of the book for part two, but the one which we are doing in the session from start of the topic. Let's see 136 page. So part two topics are starting here. So from top of the session, like we are doing certain difficult topics, like we have done medical field topics. Some participants in the previous classes mentioned they find this topic difficult. So, and from now on, we will move to the next question topic
Okay,
when
ma'am.
you will.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
That's really helpful. But I want to ask a little thing. Like you are saying, part one, part two, and part three. What's that?
Okay. Do you have basic structures of this speaking part?
No, I told you I was active on iCode Guru for 1.5 months ago, but I was involved in DSA. I'm new to IELTS.
All right. Let me just finish this part one and then I will answer your question.
Yes,
So,
sure.
gifting plants. Okay, one thing we can use different forms of words which we have discussed in one lecture. Instead of gift, we can bring range of vocabulary. Gifting plants and then thoughtful meaning and present. A common choice is small variety of bamboo. Okay, we can describe any type of small variety of roses, which is often given as a gift because it can be easily kept in homes and offices, adding a touch of greenery. Okay, this is another word, touch of greenery in indoor spaces. So we have got different words. I think question will not be difficult for all of us because we know we give flowers as a gift. Although they are artificial, and even a fresh rose of flower people give in the form of bouquet to different people on wedding events, party events, on Valentine Day. So I think four question will not be difficult for any of us, but in certain plants we might lack words, but I think these are the words which we can easily use, and some are um, not new to us, but some things which we don't know, like what we call in which we kept our flowers and how they add value to our living space. So I think these are the things. I hope so you got okay, man. In
Ma'am,
speaking part.
sorry for interruption. I will add something here. Actually, we discuss one topic daily, and we encounter different vocabularies in that topic and different phrases regarding that topic, which is quite necessary that you have specific vocabulary regarding specific topic. Ma'am, if we do like that, if we gather these vocabulary for specific topic and then share on a Slack, so I think through this we can make our session engaging and people would love to come here and learn new vocabularies regarding specific topics. So, ma'am, it's my recommendation. What do you say about that?
So I choose that I would like to make. Okay, let me answer the ma'am Urva question first, then I will move to your answer. Okay, ma'am Urva, we are doing. There are three different parts: part one, part two, and part three. So you can just watch first lecture recording, and you will get the basic structure. Slack sheet is pinned in our channel. You just watch first lecture, introduction to speaking module. We have done part one, and I hope so you got the idea. If you are unable to watch it, join the tomorrow session. We will start our practice for part two and part three. You will get the idea what are part two and part three and how their answers and the way of speaking is different. Today we did not get the time to practice for part two, but tomorrow we will do it part two and part three. There are three sections in speaking module. So examiner asks for IQ person, but their way sometimes different, how they are structures. So I will, if you are able to watch a recording of first lecture, you can do it. Everything is explained, but still you don't understand. Come in the session and ask me in the beginning of the session, and we will do practice for part two and part three. You can also get the idea.
Okay,
And
sure.
it is okay if you don't want to recording there. You can start practice with that. I will just explain the basics thing. Otherwise, many sessions are going on. They will discuss speaking module in 1 week. But if you want to see nowadays, you can get. It is not difficult. If you don't understand, come in the session. I will explain it tomorrow. Okay, sir. Asif's suggestion. Your suggestion was okay. Like we can make a one sheet and we can group the words. But the problem is that we don't understand how these words can be used. Sometimes words are very difficult, so this comes in my mind, but I didn't do this habit because it was not convenient. Sometimes in this is what I think, because we don't understand. We're not learning the word, we are learning the word, and now we need to understand how we can use those words in a real conversation. This is not about just learning new words, it is about using all those learned words accurately. That is the reason I am following this book, because their answers are good. They have used variety of vocabulary and in the specific contents. And then when we read, we can understand. If you find this method easy, yes, you can make a sheet and you can share in the Slack. And if you're noting words related, a topic related word in that sheet by grouping, you can make that sheet publicly and everyone can access it. Even you can just practice, even you can mention those words related to topic in that sheet and can share it publicly.
Yes, ma'am. Inshallah, we will practice on that. Ma'am, have you booked your test?
And not
Or,
yet, but I'm planning to book it soon.
ma'am, what's your planning? When is your planning to book the test? And what's about your reading, writing, and other modules?
Okay, sir, it is almost 2 p.m. Can you ask the same question in the beginning of tomorrow's session, because next host might soon end this meeting due to just 2 p.m. time. You can ask the same question in the beginning of tomorrow class. I will answer your questions.
Okay, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz, and thank you everyone who contributed in this session. Let's call it a day.